Happy Thursday, friends. Welcome, welcome. Hi, MK Karen. How are you, my friend? It's you and me, just the two of us. So we're here to do some full moon readings. The full moon is happening tomorrow. And this isn't just any regular full moon. And so I wanted to come on. I'm going to talk a little bit about the full moon, give you some information that I found out that I think is really important and significant for those of us that do full moon rituals. This is not just a regular full moon. As I said, this is an eclipse. And so it is suggested that we don't do our normal full moon rituals at this time. And so I have some suggestions as to things that we can do. And then at the end, I'm going to do a release ceremony right here live at my desk, a very short one, just to give you some inspiration perhaps for you to do your own. Hi, Sin. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well, my friend. It's been a long time. How you doing, Sin? It's good to see you. So let's get into it. Because there's lots to cover. I have notes and notes and notes and notes and some more notes. And we're going to do some readings too. Hi, I'm Steve. How you doing, love? How's mama? So the full moon happens tomorrow. It's called the pink moon. And the reason it's called the pink moon is because, think of the old saying, right? April showers bring May flowers. It's supposed to depict the new blooms and blossoms they're coming into the garden. So the full moon will happen tomorrow, May the 5th at 1:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The full moon is going into Scorpio, and the sun will be in Taurus with an aspect in the north node and the south node, making what we know as an eclipse in astrology, which is why the full moon is to be treated different tomorrow than a normal full moon, right? It will also, because that wasn't enough, that energy wasn't enough, it's also going to aspect a Mercury retrograde in Taurus, causing us to sort of reflect back on difficult times, difficult interactions, difficult situations, things that were left undone, unsaid, unfinished, unsettled, right? Whether that is the situation or leaving us feeling that way. The full moon occurs when the sun in Taurus forms an opposition to the moon, which is in Scorpio. And the full moon is a time of, sort of the promise of fulfillment of that we've already started. And also, it's a really emotional time. It's a time of romance. It's a time of relationships and sort of planting the seeds for what's to come in the future. Hi, Libra girl. Hi, Jan. Hi, Cardamancy. Hi, Rose. We're just getting started, friends, so settle in. There's lots to cover. So the full moon is about these emotional declarations, right? Something has been building inside of us. It's likely of an intimate nature. So something that you are struggling with, it's already there. It's not anything that you don't know. It's something that you've pushed down or pushed behind you, or, it's at the back in the back filing cabinet somewhere. And for now, we just can't sit on it anymore, right? We need to express them. So the full moon is illuminating this conflict between the collecting of those feelings and the sharing of those feelings, right? Now, remember, sharing doesn't mean that you have to phone the person up and have a conversation with them. Sharing means getting it out of you. You're sharing it with yourself. You're sharing it with the universe. You're sharing it with your spirit team, whatever the case may be, right? With this full moon being so symbolic in terms of its illumination, what we want to do is to be very kind to ourselves and allow these new feelings and sort of revelations because we're revisiting them, right? So they may have a completely different emotional impact than they did when we first sort of had them, had that occurrence, right? They're emotional ones. Emotions burst forth into our consciousness, and it's time to tell ourselves it's okay to let this out of our system. Remember that when you release things, you are really giving yourself permission to reclaim your power back. You are telling yourself, you know what? This problem, I did it, I lived it, I dealt with it, I handled it. I don't need to carry the baggage with me anymore. All it's doing is weighing me down. Full moons are about exposing or illuminating the issues that are already there but have not yet been dealt with. That is really the core sort of thing, right? So now this is important, as I said in the beginning. Because this is an eclipse, it is not like a regular full moon, right? So if you're feeling nervous right now, if you're feeling super tired right now, you're not alone. A whole lot of people are feeling that way, right? So during these times, we have a tendency to sort of shift and sort of navigate in a really like sort of unpredictable way, which does not help anybody because humans, generally speaking, don't really adapt well to change, especially sudden shifts or sudden changes, right? So remember to be kind to yourself. This energy is intense, and sometimes it feels like we're not in control of it. And so what I'm going to do, and of course I found this information, I'm going to give you like some tips on some things that we can do for the eclipse, right? So now here's the important bit. If you learn nothing from tonight, this is the important bit. Why is a solar eclipse not an ideal time to do your normal full moon or new moon sort of rituals? The energy is so unpredictable that using it in any kind of spell work could potentially blow up in our face. It's also not generally considered to do to charge your crystals outside, for example. During a solar eclipse, the glow of both the sun and the moon is obscured by a shadow, right? And all that will do, or potentially could do, is to program your crystals with the sort of chaotic energies that is associated with the eclipse moon, or the eclipse time that we're in. And when I read that, I was like, ooh, that needs to be said, because I don't know that I would have known that otherwise. So if any of you do that, put your crystals outside under the moonlight, make moon water, those kinds of things, you might want to, of course, for entertainment purposes only, you might want to reconsider putting your stuff out under this particular moon, right? Because there are these chaotic energies associated with it. So here are a couple of things that you can do. Stay home and shut the blinds. Now that seems slightly dramatic, I understand, but we might want to go outside and soak up the moonlight. But there are a lot of astrologers and spiritual advisors that would say, no, not this time, because the energies are so intense. Stay at home, meditate, journal, get grounded, right? Eclipses have a tendency to turn things up a notch and increase the level of chaos in our life. So if your mind is racing, or you're feeling anxious, or you're feeling worried about what's coming next, set aside some time to sort of write about how that's making you feel and how you want to navigate it. Sort of putting that out in the universe instead of picking up on the energy that's actually out there. Cleanse your home, that kind of stuff, right? Where else? What else? I have so many things on the screen. All right. Stay at home, cleanse your house, journal, meditate. You can get grounded. You can pull some oracle cards for yourself. You can, do tarot cards, use your pendant, positive affirmational type of things to help you. We're going to do some readings. So if anyone wants a reading, just 3 cards real quick. And then at the end, I'm going to do a release ceremony, because that is the last thing that you could do to help yourself during this time. Now, it could be something that's specific that you've been carrying, or just a general sort of release. And really what you're doing is, consider it like clearing out the back of the closet, right? Don't, in my opinion, just my opinion, don't lose the opportunity that this eclipse and full moon is giving to us, to get rid of something that you could be holding on to. So, hi Ellen, hi Karen. Yep, absolutely Steve, absolutely Sin. Let's see, we've got a whole bunch of comments in here. Hi Paisley, hi Jan's Free, hi Esther, hi Jan, hi Michelle, how you doing, love? You put them near the window, MK Karen. I mean, listen, this is for entertainment purposes only. You use your best discretion. I just thought that I would advise you, because I thought that that was really important. Michelle says, thank you for telling me, because I was planning on putting my crystals out. I had no idea. Yeah. Good info. Thank you for letting us know. Absolutely. You feel like you have more energy, Jan's Free. What I read was that it's going to affect, obviously, it's going to affect certain signs more than it does others. And there are times, where you don't feel it at all. And great. Fantastic. Remember, this goes on and has been going on for a while already. And it's like 2 or 3 weeks before an eclipse, or 2 or 3 weeks after an eclipse, that you can start to feel the energy. So not trying to dampen the spirit, just saying, I think it's great that you're not feeling it. I hope that continues for you. This is, if you do, Jan's Free wants a reading. Okay. Helping my friend get rid of stuff while I'm visiting. Excellent, Rose. Sounds good. Karen says, I won't tonight. I am taking a day off tomorrow to take care of personal things. This show is reminding me of things that I should with that time off. Excellent. Thank you, Ellen. That's very kind of you to say. Hi, Tina. Absolutely. You can have a reading. And Karen says the energies have been crazy for her. I'm kind of like up, and then I'm down, and then I'm up, and then I'm down. I'm kind of not really sure how I feel. To be perfectly honest, it's one of those things. So here is the spread. And I actually got this spread from one of the articles that I read where I just gave you that information. So we're going to leave that on the screen. And okay. Oh, Ellen's energy is picked up in the last day or so. Excellent. MK Karen. Okay, so we've got 8 questions. I think we're good. We're going to start with Ellen, who would love a full moon reading. I'm going to stick that banner back on the screen, if that's okay, Ellen, just so that I don't forget what I'm doing. All right, here we go, friends. All right, so what does the eclipse mean for me? I'm just going to stick to my oracle cards unless I feel compelled to throw my tarot cards, just because. So just full disclosure. And then at the end, we're going to do a little release ceremony. Okay. Ellen. All right, Michelle, I got you, love. Okay, so I think we might be able to take one more. We're going to try to get through these relatively, not quickly. I'm not rushing through them, but oh, you guys. So puppy Rosie, my puppy, is losing her teeth, and she is not, she's just not feeling great, right? My husband has diverticulitis. He's home. He's been sick for 2 days. My husband doesn't take sick days ever. And so when that happens, he has to go on a liquid diet. And so, there's no eating. There's, I feel bad eating in front of him. I was up all night, couldn't sleep. Just, happy Thursday, right? Okay, and the last card is what is changing under the eclipse. Hi, Ron. Hey, Ron, you know what? I was literally looking at my calendar last night, and I was thinking of sending you an email to invite you to my Friday at the Fire Pit, because that's starting up at the end of May, for the first one that I do in June. So keep your eyes out, my friend, for that invite. Okay, so Ellen, what does this eclipse mean for you? Beautiful. These two cards came out. We have the Phoenix, which is transmutation, and the Spirit Guardian of summer and expansion. Beautiful. So, you know, what happens when we release stuff? We feel clear. We feel unburdened. We feel less. We feel light. We feel joy, right? What is this eclipse paving the way for in the future? Beautiful energy surrendered to the divine, increasing your connection with spirit, because of course we all know this. Our connection to spirit is increased when we come from a place of joy and higher vibration. We only get to the higher vibration when we let go of the weight that we're carrying. So it makes total sense. Lastly, what is changing under this eclipse? And I love this. We have automatic negative thoughts. You are learning to take charge of the thoughts you choose to give life to. Isn't that beautiful? You are learning to take charge of the thoughts that you choose to give life to. So those times when you're thinking, oh, I don't know, and oh, I can't do this for whatever reason, those thoughts are not going to be an issue anymore, because you are reclaiming your power. That is what you are doing, my friend. That's what this season is all about for you, and I love that. Hi, Jessica Lim. Well, Michelle, you should say we should do that. Absolutely, Michelle. I'd love that, my friend. All right, so Karen is up next, and here we go for Karen. Sure, I can take you, Jessica, and then that's it. Hi, Linda. For those of you that are just joining, I think the most important part of tonight's message, besides the readings, is I discussed earlier some information that I found that because this is an eclipse, that is not a good time to do the normal sort of full moon energy rituals that we would once do. And so you might want to go back and play that at the beginning. This is Karen, Caron. Thank you, MK Karen, for asking. All right. And I just want to mention that to anyone who's just tuning in, to make sure that you sort of go back to the beginning. It's like, 10 minutes of why that is, and then some ideas as to what we can do instead of doing those regular normal full moon rituals that we would do. And the reason is because there's such chaotic energy. We don't really want to invite that in. So if, for example, if you normally put your crystals out, you might want to not do that, because they will literally soak up that energy. We're going to do a release ceremony at the end of the night. So just to give you an idea or an example, I was talking about it last night, and some people weren't really sure of how to do it. And so I thought, you know what, I'll do one live, and then you guys can see sort of, maybe it'll inspire you to do your own. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Caron. C-A-R, the troutster. I love it. So this is for you, love. So What does the eclipse mean for you? We have the answers are that you need are coming. The answers that you need are coming. Okay. What is this eclipse paving the way for in the future? This is interesting. We've got crossroads here. That's not negative. A new business adventure, project, or career is currently in the works for you. So if you've been thinking about, possibly like investing in something or moving, or, maybe you've decided, you want a new car or something of that nature, I feel like it's in the works for you to develop that further. What is changing under this eclipse? 2 cards fell out for you. We have the Bluebird spirit, which is happiness. Who doesn't love that? And the Wolf spirit, which is family. Now, remember at the beginning, we talked about some relationship things. So I want to say to you that it's possible. I'm not saying it's possible that it's going to be a negative experience. I'm not saying it's possible that it's going to be a positive experience. But in terms of dealing with people that you care about, people that are connected to your heart, for the next little while, right? Be careful when you react to like an email or a text or something of that nature, in terms of like jumping the gun. You know what I mean? Assuming that someone means something that they don't necessarily mean. Right? Remember that when you're texting and when you're emailing, unless you're face to face, sometimes we can lose things in context. So just sort of keep that in mind as you navigate that. But I think that that's lovely for you. All right, so we move on now to Sin. Sin is up next. Thank you, MK Karen. Appreciate you, my friend. All right. What? You sent Cartomancy Mesquite an email? You didn't send me an email? What gives, Ron? No, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. So, friends, coming up on Monday. So I've started this little like podcasty kind of thing. It's not a podcast. I'm calling it a podcasty thing so that people understand it's not me tossing cards. And it's called Dozen Cats Chats. I know it's super creative, isn't it? That's right. So I'm doing that, and it's just me talking about things that I think are important to talk about, whether it's me by myself or me with a guest. That's what we're doing. And my niece, my beautiful niece, is joining me on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square, to talk about our intuition, right? She's a very young girl and she's developing her intuition and she's trying to navigate that, trying to understand it. And I think it could be really fun and helpful to some people. So I hope that you guys can tune in for that. And on Wednesday for Achieving Wellness, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are talking about comparing ourselves to others. So that's going to be a great show. On Friday, May the 12th. This is an exclusive. You're hearing it here for the first time because I haven't said it yet and I haven't announced it. We are doing a Mother's Day special. We're doing a Mother's Day special, and Meldor will be joining us for our Mother's Day special. So stay tuned. Make sure that you have your bell notification checked off. I'm so excited. I look forward to his visit. I've wanted to meet him for a very long time, so I'm very, very, very happy that he has agreed to come and join us. And then we have just a whole bunch of other stuff going on. We have Cartomancy Mesquite joining me the week after that, talking about, we're going to be doing some garden readings, the way that Nancy Jean does them in the garden, because we've been working on that. And I'm going to Heart Centered Tarot for a visit. I'm going to Terry Renner's at Holding Your Space for a visit. I'm going to Tarot Stash for a visit. Basically, I'm everywhere. So stay tuned, friends. All right. Hi, Bims. All right. Sin, 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 my love. Here we go with your last card. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So what does this eclipse for mean? Or sorry, what does this eclipse for mean for you? We have Be Real. Sometimes this is really hard. You know, getting real with ourselves is really, really hard, but it's easily achieved. Sometimes that means just going outside or sitting quiet in a comfortable spot where you just sort of like tune out all the outward noises and just allow yourself to get quiet and go within. Check in with yourself. How do I feel today? Hear your breath. Hear your heartbeat. Put your hands over your heart and just say, you know what? I love you. You're awesome and you're doing such a good job, right? I'm proud of you. Sometimes that's all it means. It doesn't have to be something big, right? What is the eclipse paving the way for in the future? Look at that, friends. From Archangel Michael, you have enchantment. To me, this is a sense of, you know, sort of euphoria, a sense of joy, a sense of blessings, a sense of just feeling loved and appreciated and supported and inspired, which is fabulous. What is changing under this eclipse? We have the journey. And the card says you are learning that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside. I mean, words of wisdom for all of us to remember that, you know, these blips, these obstacles, these challenges, they are the path. And sometimes the path isn't smooth. But if we learn the lessons from the obstacles and the challenges, how much better off we are at navigating the path that is yet to come. Isn't that beautiful? That's what I got for you, Sin. I hope that resonates. Hope it makes sense. And I thank you for asking the question. And I thank you for the compliment when Nancy Jean and I read together. I love reading with Nancy Jean. She's awesome. Hi, Kiba. Good to see you, my friend. Hi, Linda. If I didn't say hi already. All right. So here we go with M. Steve. Whoops. I didn't mean to put that on the screen so I don't forget where I am. All right, M. Steve. We have firecrackers going off behind me. I don't know what that's all about. Sin says, yeah, I'm tired of challenges, laugh out loud, but I thank you for the enchantment of Archangel Michael. Absolutely. Michelle says it's just turning dusk here in Ohio and the moon is just so big and beautiful in the sky. I wish you could all see it. It's just magical. Stick it on your Facebook, everyone. Go check out Michelle Shining Light on her Facebook channel. Or stick it on your community tab, Michelle. Okay, I had like 12 cards fly out. That's too many. Perfect. All right. Last night, I don't know what I was doing last night, but I went to the window for whatever reason, and the moon was like full and bright last night. I normally see, like, I don't know that you would call this a ritual per se, but I love that time of night. I love the moonlight, and I often will just sort of stare up at the moonlight. And I didn't last night, and I don't know why. Isn't that weird? And then today I read what I read to you guys about, like, you know, maybe not a great idea to stare up at the moon, so I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, it's hard to get a good shot of the moon for sure. Ooh, do you see those cards fly out for you, love? Wow. Okay, yours is really short and really sweet and to the point, Steve. So, what does this eclipse mean for you? Truth. Raven spirit and truth. Standing in your power, claiming your power, right? Saying how you feel, appreciating how you feel, and whether you say it out loud or not, you're acknowledging it, right? What is the eclipse paving the way for in the future? I love this. Keeping your heart open. I know that you know what this means to you, so I'm not going to go on about it. But I do want to say this. It is so difficult when you are in a challenging situation or a challenging time to navigate and still try to find the joy, right? To stay on the side of positivity. Keep your heart open. That's what that's about. What is changing under this eclipse? You have be proud of yourself. So this eclipse is teaching you and showing you, highlighting for you, illuminating for you that who you are is good enough. It is more than good enough. So keep shining your light. That's what I got for you, Steve. I feel emotional with that one. Oh, you're very welcome, Michelle. Absolutely, my friend. All right, here we go. Jan's Free is up on deck. But Jan's Free. Jan's Free, Jan's Free, Jan's Free, Jan's Free. Listen, we all got to stick together in this community, right? We all have to stick together. Without each other, we are nowhere. And, you know, we're a spiritual community, and we're all about love, and you want that love back, you got to put it out. And I happen to think that Michelle is one of the sweetest people. So, there's that. All right, here we go. Steve says, Mom has had a string of good days. Every day is joyful. I love that. See, so that's confirmation that it's doing that. Maybe don't get sidetracked. I don't know, like if you haven't. Oh, here comes Quincy to say hi to everybody. Hey, Quince. What are you doing? You want to toss some cards? You got something to say? Okay. Don't eat my cards, okay? If you can handle it, don't eat my cards. Okay, so I literally got 3 cards that came out with that card, so I'm pulling one more here. See, Quincy likes to lay in my lap, but when I toss cards, I sit up so close to the desk that he can't fit in my lap. So... You want to say hi to everybody? Does everybody want to see Quincy? Okay, here we go. Don't move. Don't move. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Whoop. Hi, everybody. Oh, Jan's Free's getting a roll. Jan's Free's getting a roll on her cards. Yeah, you want to say hi? Look over here. Look over here. Oh, handsome boy. Yes, it's a handsome boy. Oh, yes, it's a handsome boy. Yes. Happy full moon, everybody. Crazy cat. Crazy cat. Okay. So Jan's Free. Okay, honey, now I can't see because you're standing in the way of the screen. Can you sit down? Thank you so much. You're such a good boy. Okay, so Jansfree, what we have here is, what does this eclipse mean for me? We have faith in your dreams. Oh, Quincy agrees 100%. Have faith in your dreams. You're so funny, sweetheart. Have faith in your dreams, Jansfree. I mean, we all need to have faith in our dreams, right? It's what motivates us to keep going, I think. What is the eclipse paving the way for in the future? Now, I've got this card that has come out again, and we've got the journey. You are learning that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside, right? So a hidden blessing is sort of going to be revealed in a way that is beneficial to you moving forward during this time. What is changing under this eclipse? I have 3 cards that came out. Oh my gosh, Quincy, you're hilarious. He's literally laying across the desk. So we have 3 cards that have come out. Okay. So the first card is Life Force Energy. And the message on that card is, it is time to it is time to engage in activities that rejuvenate your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay. We have Soul Purpose. Something exciting is on the horizon for you if you follow your passion. And the third card that fell out is Divine Plan. Your soul has a master blueprint of your life path that it holds within it. It will never steer you in the wrong direction. So I feel really strongly that if you've been tossing around an idea about something that you want to do, something that you want to try, something that you want to sort of dabble in, whether it be like a work project, a hobby, something of that nature, all of these cards are saying this is the moment when you are going to find the motivation / inspiration to just go out on a limb. I think that's what it might feel like, despite whatever you may think, and you're gonna be successful at it. You're gonna try it. And remember, success isn't necessarily about, making money or being recognized. It's about that you did something for you that feels good for you. There you go. The confirmation to head back to the SPCA. I took a break. I say go for it, my friend. Hi, Teresa. Hugs back to you, my friend. All right. We move on now to, is it Tina or Tinny? I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. Please do let me know in the chat how you pronounce that correctly. Let's go ahead with your reading. And welcome, by the way. I think this is your first time here. I thank you for popping in. Make sure you subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what is going on. I'm losing subscribers by the day. Thank you, YouTube. And it is what it is. But when we get there, friends, we're going to have a party. Oh, we're going to have a party. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we're going to go here. Beautiful. Stay tuned. We're going to do that release ceremony shortly. Oh, this is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely for you, my dear. Tina or Tinny, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing it. But this is lovely. I'm not sure if she's still here. But that's okay. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. So what does this eclipse mean for you? We have 2 cards that have fallen out. We have the Frog Spirit and Renewal and the Standing Stones and Passage. So I feel like you're definitely in search of something. You're definitely, it's like your sort of Eight of Cups moment, right? You're definitely searching for your empowerment. You're looking for something. Beautiful. What is the eclipse paving the way for in the future? Friends, it doesn't get any better than that. Stepping into your power. It is preparing you for the ultimate sort of outcome, which is standing in your own light, shining your light to the universe. Who doesn't want that? What is changing under the eclipse? We have Archangel Hanuel. I never say that right, so I apologize. And integrity. Integrity is your karma. Integrity is your harmony. This is my opinion, right? It is the rebalancing of the scales. It's keeping your equilibrium at a level that makes you feel harmony and unity within yourself, right? That you are authentic and genuine. That you do what you say and you mean what you do. That kind of idea. I love that. I think that's beautiful for you. And I thank you for being here and asking the question. All right. We are cooking with gas, friends. Rose Blue is up on deck. Then we have MK Karen, then Michelle, and then we will do the release ceremony. All right. Here we go. For Rose Blue. Hi, Vivian. How are you, love? All right. Rose Blue. Rose Blue. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'll be on with Longman Tarot on Friday. He's doing a coronation for King Charles, whose coronation will be on Saturday, for those of you that follow or care. So anyways, I'll be joining him for that at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Wow. This is an interesting reading, Rose. My goodness. Okay. Well, hello, Gerald. What does this eclipse mean for you, Rose Blue? We have, it's hard to figure out which order, so I'm just going to go in the order that I pulled the cards, okay? Because this is a really great message. We have kindred souls. You are currently experiencing many changes in your relationships and friendships. I mean, remember when we read what we read at the beginning, it highlighted that relationships could be a challenge, right? Because everyone is feeling this sort of amped up, possibly nervous, slightly unsettling energy. When people get frustrated, when they're tired, they are less forgiving. I want to say they are more apt to sort of lash out, right? Or misunderstand, take something out of context. So just, navigate that to the best of your ability. What is this eclipse paving the way for in the future? We have the second card that came out is angel numbers. And the message on this card says, pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message. So the eclipse is paving the way for you to sort of receive messages, guidance, communication from your spirit team in a way that helps to navigate life for you, right? What is changing under this eclipse? We have practice gratitude. I think this is a level of understanding, and I in no way mean to imply that you don't practice gratitude. But I think your understanding of the connection between, if I stay on the side of practicing gratitude and being positive, lifting my vibration, all of that, that I will stay in this positive or more positive mindset more often than not, right? And that is the lesson for you in this eclipse, which I happen to think is one of the best lessons that I personally have ever benefited from in my entire life. I mean, it gave me my life back, and it's going to make me cry. So if this is what's happening for you in this eclipse, my friend, blessings to you. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Yes, that's what's going on, and you're tired. Yeah, I hear you, friend. All right, MK Karen is on board next. Then we have Michelle Shining Light. Then we will do the release ceremony. So for those of you that are just joining, please sort of take note. Maybe rewind the beginning of this. I shared a lot of information that I found today about this particular full moon. It is also an eclipse, and we should not, according to what I read, conduct the same sort of rituals or spell work that we would normally do under a full moon, because the energies are unsettled and chaotic. So for example, if you put your crystals out in the moonlight under a normal full moon, you might want to not do that, because if you put them out under the moon, they could potentially soak up that unsettled or chaotic energy, and then you're holding on to that. So you might want to just reconsider. So rewind when this is over and listen at the beginning where I sort of gave all that information out. No, you don't need anything for the release ceremony. This is really, I want you to listen. I want you to be inspired by it, and I want it to, if it's possible, to motivate you to do your own, and basically just really show you how to do it. All right, MK Karen. Here we go, my love. Hi, Jay. How you doing? Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Appreciate you, my friend. All right. MK Karen. MK Karen. Okay. So 3 cards literally came out for you, which is really all I need. But I'm going to pull one more. Okay, Karen. MK Karen, what does she need to know? MK Karen. Wow. Okay. Here we go, my friend. So, what does this eclipse mean for you? Your dreams need a practical plan. There's really no way of softening that statement other than to say that sometimes wishful thinking isn't enough, right? We need to find a way to implement the wishful thinking to make it work in our life, right? To make it seem like it's actually doable. Because sometimes when we think pie in the sky, we have a tendency, or could have the potential to be like, yeah, well, that'll never, well, I could play the lottery, and wouldn't it be nice, because if I won the lottery, I could win all of these things, but yeah, that's never going to happen to me. So you know what? Just forget it. Well, if you want to win the lottery, guess what? You got to play it. So, right? You got to figure out a way to make that work for you, right? What is this eclipse paving the way for in the future? And this is interesting because I've got two sort of cards here that sort of go hand in hand. As I said, they all came out at the same time, so I'm just sort of reading them in the order I turn them over. What is the eclipse paving the way for in the future? And you've got conclusions are within reach. So if you're looking for answers, if you are trying to figure something out, which I sort of feel like you have been trying to find an answer that you feel like you're not able to get, the conclusion, I feel like it's right in front of you. It's like I feel the vibe of like you can't see the forest for the trees, right? You know, like where I put my keys and you retrace your steps 19 times and then someone turns around and says, why are your keys on the table? And you're like, oh my God, I looked there 20 times. It feels like that. What is changing under this eclipse? The answers you need are coming. Again, I go back to what I said in the beginning, wishful thinking. Sometimes you just can't will stuff to happen. You have to sort of put it out in the universe and allow the universe to look after it and relax. You know, don't be so intent. I don't want to say don't be intentional. I mean, don't be so intense, right? Like if this doesn't happen, oh my God, if this can't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because that's not going to help it happen, right? You got to manifest it in a positive, intentional way, right? The last card that I pulled for you, which is sort of like a bonus, was from Archangel Raphael and Earth Force. Let the energy of this eclipse help you. Let the energy of the universe help you manifest what you want. Put it out in the universe, and it will return, right? I hope that makes sense, MK Karen, and I thank you for asking the question, my friend. Oh, you're very welcome, my friend. Hi, Thomas. How you doing, love? Okay, Michelle Shining Light is up next, and then we're going to do our little release ceremony. Well, thank you, MK Karen, for saying that. Appreciate you, my friend. You're so sweet. All right. Here we go. Michelle Shining Light. Thank you, my friend, for waiting so patiently, by the way. I tell you what, Amanda, I will do yours, but we're going to do my little releasing ceremony first, and because I promised to do that, and then I'll read you if you want. Okay. So, I don't want to be a broken record and keep repeating, but I think it's worth repeating. If you're just tuning in, make sure that you go back to the beginning of this video when it's over and listen to the information that I shared about this particular full moon eclipse. If you are normally a person that does spell work or rituals on a full moon, you might want to consider not to do that because the energies are unsettled and, you know, a little chaotic. So, for example, if you put your crystals out at nighttime under a full moon and allow the power of the moon to recharge your crystals, you literally may be bringing in that chaotic and unsettled energy into your crystals. So you might want to consider not to do that. So make sure that you go back when we're done and sort of listen to the beginning 10 minutes of the video for more information about what to do for this particular full moon, because it is a solar eclipse or an eclipse. I don't remember if it's solar or I don't know. I'm not an astrologist. Full disclosure. Hi, Terry. How you doing, love? Okay. Hi, Jay. How you doing, friend? Good to see you. So here we go. We're going to do a release ceremony in a moment once we do this reading. And then when we're done the release ceremony, if anyone else wants a question, I can do that. Okay. Michelle, I had 3 cards fall out at the beginning of when I tossed the cards for you. So but then I continued to go, right? What does this eclipse mean for you? So we have, only you know if this resonates, we have soulmate, okay? And this relationship is a match made in heaven. Remember how I said about relationships. So if you've met someone or you're about to meet someone, whoever that person is, they will be significant in your life in some way or another. We have healing with nature. Your soul yearns to be outside in nature, around the healing waters, flowers, and trees. So go outside and spend some time in nature if you're feeling your energy is a bit like wonky, a bit unsettled. We have empath. You may be confusing other people's energy with your own. So make sure that you're putting up your boundaries. Make sure you're protecting yourself, right? Especially during this energy. What is this eclipse paving the way for in the future? We have lightheartedness. It is time for you to let your inner child out to play. I mean, I know you're a mom, and I know that you're very busy and you have a busy life, but don't forget yourself, I think is what that's about. What is changing under this eclipse? Attend to the details. Now, when it says attend to the details, all three of those cards that we pulled at the beginning, and then the lightheartedness, right? Attend to the details. So there's a relationship that is a match made in heaven. So don't forget that person because you get too busy with other stuff. Attend to the details. Make sure that you're listening to your body when it needs to be replenished and rejuvenated, that you give it what it needs by feeding it from nature, right? Attending to the details with the empathic sort of energy. Make sure that you pay attention to your body's responses to the energy that you are engaged with, right? So if you walk into a store and you feel, whoa, you make sure that you right away put yourself in a bubble, protect yourself, right? Because you are a gift and you have to protect the gift. It's like putting an amazing painting in a really awesome frame. You're just protecting it for the future. That's what I got for you, my love. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so here we go, my friends. We're going to do a release ceremony. And the reason that we're doing this is because last night when Valerie was here, we discussed the need for letting go. Now, way back in the beginning of this channel, I did a release ceremony. It was very emotional. It was out in the backyard. It was November. I live in Canada. It was cold. I lit a fire. I read my letters through pouring down tears on my face. And the impact was so significant. I felt it immediately and it was intense and I have never forgotten it. So I'm going to write out, I have my thing written. It's very short and very sweet. The thing that I want to say to you guys about a release ceremony, for anybody that does not or has not ever done one, or doesn't know what they are. A release ceremony is what you feel you need to let go of so that you can live with that weight gone, right? Whether it is an internal thing, whether it is an external thing, right? You want the war in Ukraine to stop. You want to forgive, your ex-partner because they were abusive to you. Whatever it is about you unburdening yourself. That's what the release is for. Okay. So I'm going to write it on a sheet of paper, what I've written here on my screen, and I'm going to talk through it as I write it. So be patient with me. Okay. Because I'm not that fast of a writer. I type way faster than I can write. So today, I release the self-doubt and the self-sabotaging behaviors. I reclaim my power. Today, I release the need to beat myself up when I don't live up to the impossibly high standards that I set for myself. Today, I release the need to go to the place of negativity that really should have been the position of negativity, but I think you get what I mean, and fear. When things don't go the way I want, or they go off course. Making the situation feel 10 times worse than it actually is. I release today the need to control because it is based in fear. Total 100% fear. And I reclaim the power back from being controlled by fear. So now I'm going to read my note. Today, I release the self-doubt and the self-sabotaging behaviors and reclaim my power. Today, I release the need to beat myself up when I don't live up to the impossible standards, the high standards that I set for myself. I release the need to go to the place of negativity and fear. When things don't go the way that I want or need them to. Making the situation 10 times worse than it actually is. Today, I release the need to control, because it's based in fear for me. Total 100% fear. And I deserve to live my life free from fear. Today I release these detrimental and debilitating behaviors and reclaim my power. So now I'm just going to fold my note up. I have a metal container. And my lighter. I release this. I release this negativity and the fear that is associated with it, and I reclaim my power. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, past over loved ones, and all that make up my spiritual team, please keep me safe and protected. Allow me to release this negativity, these self-sabotaging behaviors. Allow me to not live in fear. Do not allow the fear to control me. Allow me to reclaim my power back. Stand tall, stand proud, stand in my power. Allow me to feel the weight of that burden lifted. And allow me to invite joy in. I thank you strongly for your love, your embrace, your encouragement, and our connection. Thank you. Amen. And that is a release ceremony. That now I have to stick this outside before my smoke detector goes off, so bear with me, friends. So that's a small example of what you could do to do a release ceremony. It's really about freeing yourself from something that's got a hold of you. And it can be as personal or outward, right? Let's see, what else have we got written down here? Okay, so Okay, so Sin says, I had something in mind about release of self-doubt and being more confident of personal power. Ocean Garnett, hello, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Amanda Carroll says, got my list going too, Kelly. Excellent. Tiny says, a lot of stuff been feeling off course lately. Thank you for being here, Tiny. I did see that you popped in when I was just in the middle of writing that. And thank you for sharing. Michelle says, Kelly, thank you for being honest and vulnerable with us. I just want to give you the biggest hug. I wish you could see yourself through my eyes. You're an inspiration to me, and you're so caring. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Listen, that's what this channel is about. You know, I'm on a healing journey, and if I can share my experience and it inspires, motivates, or helps someone else, because I tell you, friends, I don't want anyone to live through what I went through. I don't want anyone to experience it. And so if I can impart something from my own personal journey that helps, I'm totally down to do it. And I thank you for saying that. That's very kind. Appreciate you. Sin says it does help to write these negative thoughts out and then burn the paper. It's like a symbolic kind of thing, right? You're literally putting an action to the words. It's not just saying them. It makes you feel like there's some sort of ceremony involved in it. Since like I got to find my metal bowl, right? Make sure that you use a metal bowl if you're setting it on fire. You don't have to set fire. You can just light a candle. If you say you live inside an apartment and you don't have access to outside, you don't have to set fire to something. You can literally just light a candle and it can be symbolic. Make sure that you invite in your guides, your angels, your team, whatever. Make sure you say thank you. And of course, and in the same way that with like a sort of prayer type idea, I think that's important. There's a song called it's called Reclaiming My Power. I love it. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Yes, absolutely, Sin, for sure. Remember that the full moon is tomorrow and it is an eclipse, right? And I am literally repeating myself ad nauseum to some of you. If you did not watch the beginning of this show, please make sure that you go back to the beginning of the show and listen to the first 10 minutes briefly. I'll sum it up here, but do listen to it. This is an eclipse. It's not just a full moon. So if you normally do spell work or ritual type things on a full moon, you might want to reconsider doing those things. And I sort of tell you about that in the beginning of the video. There are a lot of chaotic and unsettling energies right now. And so, for example, if you put your crystals outside to recharge them during a full moon, you might want to reconsider doing that because you may be picking up your that unsettled energy within your crystals. So just something to think about. Ocean Garnett says, thank you. You're very welcome. Amanda says, skip my reading. That was enough. Beautiful. Thank you, my friend. Jan says, just now caught you. Oh, she's talking to Teresa. Beautiful. Hi, Teresa Baltazar. You're going to bury the ashes. That's another thing that you can do. You can bury the ashes, for sure. Once you release them and burn the thing, you can bury those ashes. I love it. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you, my friend. So that's the full moon. That's what's happening. So just with all full moons, use the energy to your advantage. Just because the energy could be unsettling and a little bit chaotic does not mean that it has to have a negative impact on you. You have free will, right? So exercise your free will by working with it instead of locking horns. What I don't want anyone to do is to sit there and go, oh my God, I've heard that this energy is going to be chaotic. It's going to be rough. It's going to be terrible. Oh my God. And like sort of curl up in a ball. I mean, some people could do that. So don't be afraid of it. Work with it. Don't work against it. Right. So Use it to help you, empower you to release whatever it is that you need to release. Why not? You have the opportunity to unburden yourself of something, go for it, because it's a beautiful feeling when you do. So, with that being said, my friends, I just want to remind you to do a couple of things. Make sure that if you are looking for a private reading, that you reach out to me. My readings are done by donation. That means whatever you can afford. I don't want anyone to feel like they can't afford a reading if they feel they need one. The information to do that is in the description box below the video. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comments underneath the video. All those things help all the channels. Doesn't matter what channel you're watching. They help the algorithms and the content creators. And I don't know about the rest of the content creators, but I know how much effort I put into the channel. So any support is appreciated, and we are most grateful and appreciated here at Dozen Cats for all your support. That being said, that brings me to tomorrow. I will be on with Richie from Longman Tarot at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for a coronation special for King Charles. Next Monday night, we do our podcast type episode, which is Dozen Cats Chats. My wonderful, beautiful, talented young niece will be here to join us. We'll be talking about our intuition. How do we develop it? How we work with it? How we listen to it? What that experience has been like for her. And I thought it would be interesting to hear from a young person's perspective, right? As opposed to, this old lady right here. And what's happening after that. Then Achieving Wellness is next Wednesday. And of course, all these things will be up. So make sure your bell notification is ticked off so you don't miss anything. On Wednesday, I'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern doing Achieving Wellness. We'll be talking about comparing ourselves to others. And I think that's an important topic that needs to be covered. And then next Friday, we have a Mother's Day special. It's called Celebrating Moms. And the wonderful and fantastic Mel Dorr will be joining me. We'll be doing some readings, having a few laughs, sharing a few stories. And I am so looking forward to sharing that time with him. I am so excited that he's agreed to come. What an honor. So I hope everyone has a great night. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope to see you when we see each other next, and I wish you many blessings. Mwah! Oh, Vivian says, I'm going to have a short retirement in a tiny yellow house tomorrow for some meditation and time alone. So is this going to be a good time to do this? Absolutely, Vivian, 100%. It's a great time to meditate. It's a great time to journal. It's a great time to release. It's a great time to do self-care and sort of self-soothing, if you will, self-comforting, positive affirmations to yourself. It's a lovely time to go outside into nature and ground yourself and sort of allow yourself to check in, really get in touch with how you're feeling and where your vibration is. It's a great time to do those types of things. Excellent. Oh, thank you, Jay. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, Ron. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Have yourself a great night. I will see you when I see you next, and I wish you many blessings. Mwah! Bye, everybody.